Hi, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. In this video, I want to examine the section A, paper 2 of the WAEC 2025 English language. I have already treated the section B and section C of this same exam. Those ones are based on summary and comprehension passages. I will leave the links in this video's description. The section A of the paper 2 has the highest mark. It has a total of 15 marks. The section contains 5 questions, which I am now displaying on the screen. Note that we answer only one out of the 5 questions provided here. We cannot discuss all the questions in this video, so as not to make this video too long. We focus on the first question and we discuss the rest in the subsequent videos. Before we begin answering the questions, let's talk about what is expected of you and how you will be graded in this section. Candidates will be graded focusing on these 5. Candidates will be graded on content, organization, expression, and mechanical accuracy. The first thing is the content of your letter or essay or whatever you choose to write. Content has to do with how relevant is your composition to the given topic in the question. The total mark allocated to content is 10 marks. The second is your organization. The organization of letter is different from that of debate or article. Your organization will be graded based on what you choose to write. Organization has to do with the arrangement of your ideas, the opening paragraph, the developing paragraphs, coherence, and conclusion. Organization also has the maximum of 10 marks. You also be graded on your expression. You'll be marked based on the appropriate style for your essay. For example, the language style for a formal letter is different from that of informal letter. Clarity of expression of ideas, sentence structure, use of figurative language, and the use of punctuations. These are all what your examiners will be looking at under expression. Expression has the total of 20 marks. It has the highest mark. Lastly, your write-up will be judged based on mechanical accuracy. Here, the examiners are looking for 3 things in order to deduct your marks. 1, they are looking for grammatical errors. 2, they are looking out for punctuation errors. And 3, spelling errors. Half of a mark will be deducted for each error found in your work, up to the maximum of 10 marks. This shows that you have to be very careful. Your spelling, your construction, you must think everything through before you write them. Imagine you have about 20 errors in your work. When half of a mark is deducted for each error, at the end of the day, the whole of the 10 marks allocated to mechanical accuracy would have been gone. Now let's go back to our question and begin the process of approaching it. I usually suggest to students to consider answering the question on informal letter. This is because, in my opinion, it is the easiest to pass. Hello, this is just my opinion, not a universal truth. It is the easiest to pass because letters already have a definite organization. Then informal letters do not have many rigid rules as formal letters. Do not get me wrong. There are rules in informal letter writing, especially under examination condition. But those rules are not as many and rigid as we have in formal letters. There are things you would do while writing informal letter and you would not be penalized. But if you do them while writing formal letters, you would be penalized. These are the reasons I advise students to go for the informal letter. This does not mean that you would not get your full mark if you choose to write one of the other essays. So let's take a look at our question again. The question says, you have gained admission to a university abroad, but your father insists that you study in your country. Write a letter to him, giving at least 3 reasons why he should allow you to study abroad. Since you are writing the letter to your father, it will be an informal letter. Informal letter is written to 3 categories of people: your relatives, your friends, and your acquaintances. Your father is, of course, a relative. Now, let's see steps to follow while writing informal letter. The first thing which we have in number 1 is the writer's address and date. Number 2, we have the salutation. Take note that as an informal letter, there will be no recipient address and there will be no title. Informal letters do not usually have the recipient address and the title. Number 3, we have the body of the letter. The body of the letter is the part of the letter where you are going to write, where you are going to have your ideas written down. So the body of the letter is divided into paragraphs. Paragraph 1 in informal letter always contains greetings and exchange of pleasantries. The paragraph 2, in most cases, that is the paragraph where we introduce the reason for writing the letter. Paragraph 3, of course, more on the reasons for writing the letter. Because in most cases, you are to write much. At least, I think it is 450 words. You must be writing up to 450 words. So your paragraph 2, even your paragraph 3, will still contain more on the reason why the letter is being written. Depending on how long, on how voluminous is what you are writing. Paragraph 4 may also contain more on the reason. Then paragraph 5, probably, then you can conclude and send regards. Then after the body of the letter, after the paragraphs, we have what we call the complementary clause. Some teachers, some textbook might call it subscription. So we have the complementary clause, which is also called the subscription. Then after the complementary clause, we have the name of the writer. So these are the steps which we have to follow when you are writing an informal letter. As you can see, the steps are straightforward. And once you know the steps, it will be easy for you to answer questions on informal letter. So we are going to answer this question following the steps we have provided. Now, the first step is writer's address and date. And that is what we have on our screen. We have 12 Ben Adeyemi Street, Alimosho Local Government Area, Alagbado, Lagos State, 26th February 2026. See, now you must take note of this address. You will see that there is a comma after every line. 12, comma, that is the house number, Ben Adeyemi Street, comma. Now we go to the next line, Alimosho Local Government Area, comma, then the name of the town or city, Alagbado, comma, then Lagos. After the name of the state, you have a full stop. Then you add your date, 26th February. After the month, there is a comma. Then after the year 2026, there should be a full stop because that marks the end of your date. So this is a typical example of the address of a letter, the address and date. This particular format of the address and date can also be used for a formal letter. Now let's come to the salutation. We are writing a letter to our father, so we can have dear sir, we can have dear daddy, but then I think dear sir is more appropriate. This depends on your relationship, on the cordiality between you and your father in this case. So let's use dear sir. There should be a comma after the dear sir, comma. Then the first paragraph. Now we are in number 3. That is the body of the letter. And now we are writing the first paragraph. Greetings and exchange of pleasantries. Good evening, sir. I trust you are hale and hearty. How is everyone over there? Now you can see after my question, there is a question mark. Most students will have something like this and they will not put question mark. How are you doing? They're without question mark. Whenever you ask a question, you should put a question mark. How is everyone over there? I hope they are fine. I am writing this letter with deep sense of gratitude for everything you have been doing for me. I know that every decision you make concerning my education comes from a place of love, protection, and a desire to see me succeed. I truly appreciate your efforts, and I do not take them for granted. Now, this is a typical example of the first stanza. Sorry, I mean a typical example of a first paragraph in an informal letter. Greetings, exchange of pleasantries, and some little touch of appreciation because of the type of letter we are writing. Let's go to the second paragraph where we state the reason, the purpose of writing the letter. And this has to be in line with the question given to you. In this case, they say, write a letter to your father telling him at least 3 reasons why he should allow you study abroad. Everything you want to write must be in line with this, or else you'll be penalized under your content. Once your content is not related to the question given to you, you are likely to have 0 under your content. The score you are supposed to have under your content is likely to be 0. Now see our second paragraph, how it relates with the question. I am writing the letter to respectfully explain why I strongly desire to take up the admission I have been offered to study abroad. Simple. That states the reason why the letter is being written. Now we go to paragraph 3, more on the reason, more on the purpose of writing the letter. Now, before I begin to explain this, you want to give at least 3 reasons. The best way to structure your letter is that every reason will be written in one paragraph. This will help you get maximum mark under organization. This shows that your paragraphing is well organized. So you want to state at least 3 reasons. If you have 4 reasons or 3 reasons, you make sure that every reason is stated in one paragraph. When you state one reason and you explain, by the time you want to write the next reason, you open a new paragraph. Now let's go. Now I want to state the first reason, and that is going to happen in the 3rd paragraph. The first thing is that studying abroad will expose me to a broad academic environment and higher global standards. Many universities overseas are equipped with advanced research facilities, modern technology, and innovative teaching methods. Being in such an environment will challenge me intellectually and help me develop critical thinking and creativity. It will also allow me to learn from lecturers and students from different parts of the world, which will widen my perspective beyond what I may experience if I study at home. Now, this is the first reason. We want to go to the second reason. Do not continue your second reason in the same paragraph. Start with a new paragraph. Secondly, international degrees and certificates often carry strong global recognition. If I graduate from a foreign university, it will open doors to international career opportunities and connections. Even if I decide to return home after my studies, the exposure and qualification will position me high above my competitors in the labor market. Employers today value graduates who have international experience because it demonstrates adaptability, confidence, and the ability to function in diverse environments. This is my second reason in order to convince my father to allow me study abroad. Now, the third reason, the question says giving him at least 3 reasons. Now, this is my third reason. Thirdly, studying abroad will help me grow personally and become more responsible. Living away from home will help me manage my time and finances more independently. I understand your concern about my safety and well-being. I promise that I will be fine and I will learn to solve problems on my own, maintain close contact with you and the family. That is the third reason. Now, another paragraph, just to buttress what I've been trying to say. Daddy, I understand your concerns about cost, distance, and safety. These are valid concerns, and I am ready to discuss practical plans regarding accommodation, finances, and regular communication to assure you of my safety and responsibility. I promise not to forget the values and the discipline you have instilled in me. Now, let's go to the last paragraph. Probably the last paragraph, we just thank your dad, and that's a conclusion, the concluding paragraph. Thank you for always believing in me. I will not disappoint you and mommy. I promise not to let you down and always remember the son of whom I am. Now, that is the end of the paragraph, the body of the letter. Now, let's go to the complimentary clause. For an informal letter like this, you can use different complimentary clause. Your lovely son, yours this, yours that. But if you do not know what to use, just use yours sincerely. It works for everyone. Whether you are writing to your dad, to your mommy, to your uncle, to your brother, to your sibling, or anyone, yours sincerely works perfectly for all, And now it's time to put your name. Remember, there is no signature. This is an informal letter. Please do not put your signature. After your yours sincerely, just put your name. And in this case, you should put only your first or second name. Do not put 2 names. Put only one name. And please do not put your surname. For example, if your name is Stanley Ademakinwa, just put Stanley. Do not put Ademakinwa. Do not put the surname. Only one name. And that name shouldn't be your surname. This is how to write an informal letter. The instruction in this particular section says that you must write at least 450 words. If you try to go through, although I did not take my time to check, but if you try to go through the letter, it's going to be approximately 450 words or so. Take note that you won't be penalized for writing more than 450 words, but then you might likely to be penalized if you write less than 450 words. So this is an example of how to write an informal letter. In the next video, we are going to bring the second question, which is based on formal letter. So this is going to be all as far as this video is concerned. Thank you for always being here on the channel. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop a nice comment. Until I come your way again, have a nice one.